Good morning, YouTube. We are back at Wiki Up Knoll. There's Ringo. He's ready to go. There's John. He's opening the garage door.
Hello, YouTube.
We are getting started in the pole barn today. It's been just a minute, but it's holding on great. This is the greatest barn ever. This is the section we did, I think the last time you saw it. We're going to try today to get this other top part done and possibly some on this west wall. We're going to see. We're going to see how it goes. Zip just wants to play ball. She's like all about the ball. She's like, I don't want to go that far, but let's do it. She's like, it's hot out here. Ringo, he's telling us about it. So we're going to be in the pole barn today. Thanks for joining us for another update. We got our cob stuff getting ready. We'll show you what that looks like in a few. I hope you enjoy today's update and whatever else we get into. All right, here we are. John's mixing, and then I'm stacking. You can see what we're doing. He's got that one about ready. It's like very buildable. It just stays in position when it's ready. So he starts the mix, and then depending on what I'm doing up here, he pretty much has it ready for stacking. But if I need more or less straw in different areas, then I'll put it up there. So that's what we're doing. This area is super thick. It's like probably about 10 inches. That's a 2x6 board, and I'm going to the top of the 2x6. So I'm filling the entire void, which is about double what I would normally do on an unsupported row, but it kind of makes it like a form. You can see this one is the one I did on the other side. So we're hoping to get to this thing finished. It's about a third of the way done. I'm kind of doing a row and then coming in on top and stacking it in. So we're going to keep on doing that. That's the goal today, is to finish this section. So it's coming, it's coming. It's a warm one today. The dogs, Ringo here and Zip over there, they have had it. It's a hot one today. So it's a good day to be in the shade. So we're gonna keep on going, and we'll check in here in a little bit. Look, you can see the light coming through the bottles a little bit over there. Cool. All right, good morning. We are back. It's the next day, actually. We finished our goal. We made it all the way across, all the way up to the top of that bar, or the ledger board. That way I have that air gap for future insulation purposes. I also did one layer over there to cover over my bottles, which is exciting. So I got that done. And biggest news of all, Ringo and Zip actually spent the night in here for the first time. That's pretty exciting. We brought their regular kennel. They're kennel trained. And this is the kennel that they've always been in. They like to be together. So brought their regular kennel and Zip's favorite blankets. She did a great job. He did too. They loved it. They're back to what they like to do, where they can come in and out and be inside, outside dogs. So that went well. Huge success there. Still working on getting things back organized here. After we finished the last push of our house progress update, we're kind of regrouping and going back to diversifying our days a little bit. So you guys know, I think last week you guys saw the video of us finishing our house progress. We're still waiting. In our area, you have to submit photographs of your progress, and then you send them in, and those will be sent in next week, because that's the timing of it. It's middle of August next week in real time. For you guys, it's already middle of August. It's like I'm talking to the future right now. So anyway, we'll hear back on that pretty soon. Hopefully we'll pass that and can move on. But while we wait to see if anything needs to change on that, we're going to continue to do stuff here. Since we've past one milestone, I'd like to go ahead and get things organized for other things that we're getting ready to do. We're going to be working on the pole barn. We're going to be working on our patio. We're going to be working on the chicken coop, all those things. And to do that, we need to get some things shuffled around and out of the way. So one of my projects this morning is actually moving that little extra Airstream. We call it the Sport. So I'm going to be doing that today and getting that out of the way so that we can better access our back of the Quonset hut area for a couple reasons. We need to access it for the patio we'll be working on with the stone. I need to bring stone in there on a flatter kind of surface, which is right where that thing's parked. And I also want to work on the siding finally. I've been procrastinating this siding so long. We're going to put some new Lowe's wrap in places and get that going. But today you're going to see me working on moving this little Airstream out of the way and shuffling around and cleaning up our old blocks over there from the solar arrays that we had when we first put this here, so that we could work on the inside and get it the way we wanted it. But this is a very nice flat space to access the back of the Quonset hut. So we're working on that today. Lots of little moving parts, and that's what you'll see next. I'm gonna hook this up, get everything undone and positioned properly, and then pull it to another place on the property for temporary storage. Okay, you just saw me getting the trailer basically hooked. I still have to do the brake controller, and John's gonna hook up the 7-prong so that it has trailer brake power and all that. So the weight of the trailer is now on the 4Runner, which is awesome. I used the Anderson lever, which is my favorite back here, so I will have to pull forward and back to get this out of the way so I can use it in its new parking space. We're just going to be using it to park, but I still like to have it level wherever we are. So I'm going to take that with us, and we're going to head down to the other part of the property. Right, you saw me just back this in. I was actually down here this morning. There was one little cat claw right here, and I was hoping to dodge that dip because it'll take a while to kind of settle in and get stiff again. I didn't want to park my wheel in that, so I did dodge it. That's perfect. This is just a parking spot so that we can leave it for a little while down here just stored. I wanted to make sure it wasn't going to be an area that, you know, was around a bunch of trees that could blow and hit it or do anything like that. So we're going to get this unhooked, and then this little sport is going to sit right here and stay tidy for the next little while until we get whatever it is we're doing up there all completed and we can move it back home. I am up here by the tractor. I've got the forklifts loaded. I'm going to be doing some shuffling this afternoon. I have a couple of things. This is next to the house site. There's our future greenhouse coming soon. Over there is our house site. This is where we stage things. We get deliveries here so we can use them. We finished phase 1 essentially, which is the foundation phase of the house. Now we need to start for the next step. That involves some of the stuff over here we've been collecting, and also I need to reorganize it because I like to reorganize this stuff every now and then, because if we just leave it, it starts to draw critters and it's no good. So a couple of things I'm going to be doing. I have a few pallets, one here and one over there, of just scrap wood that we've been saving along the way. And we use it periodically for different things. You've seen us doing that, but also it'll be super useful for when we go up from here up. We're going to be starting framing, like door frames and different things within the bag levels of the house. So I'm going to be sorting that and getting it stored better for us. I'm going to be using this box. I had previously used this and attached it to a pallet, so it's actually screwed down to this pallet, which creates shade and a nice place off the ground. So I'm going to be stacking all that scrap wood inside this box, and this box will be over there near where we're working. That way it'll be dry and in the shade and organized, so that when we need to make cleats and different things for door framing, we'll have all our wood sorted, all our scrap wood sorted in this space. Our larger lumber is already, as you know, being stored in the pole barn, but the small stuff is just kind of in a few different places and piles. So I want to get that organized today before we get to starting on the next phase of the house, so that we have it ready and waiting for the next step. So that's what I'll be working on today. I'm going to move this over to there and then move the pallets near to it so we can sort it better. All right, now I can work on sorting these 3 pallets of scrap and those pieces that I dropped on the way into this shady area for storage. So we'll work on that in a few minutes. You'll see us doing that, and then I'll be able to then take the pallets these are sitting on and store those with our other pallets. So it's getting organized. We're going to be so ready for our next phase over here. Sometimes you got to take a minute and get things reshuffled, and that's what today's about for us. Alrighty, so John just sorted all the wood and scrap metal pieces into this box so that it's contained. Also, it's easy to move, so we can move it around as we need it. And now I have these pallets all freed up. I'm going to be taking this back to a section where I'm storing all our extra pallet wood for right now to get it out of our way. And then before I do that, though, you're going to see me taking that gate. It's our very other red gate. It's not our very last, I was about to say second to last gate that we have to install. I'm going to be taking that down to the other side of the property, all the way to the east side. This is our east gate, so I'll be doing that on the tractor, and you will see that ride and you'll see the install when it is time. Okay, you have seen John put on a couple of gates. This is street gate, or like driveway gate number 3 for us. So he is fast at it. We used all these posts that had come from a neighboring property. They were getting rid of their, it wasn't really a neighbor, but nearby, they were getting rid of some horse fencing. And so there's bolts and different things in them. So he was just taking the bolts out. You're going to see him installing the hangers and then using the tractor to position it. Right now it's pretty high up there. The hydraulics will start to slip, and then he'll have to move it where he wants. So that'll give him the proper spacing. On these gates, if you didn't know, usually there's one of these little things that goes on the hangers that is welded, and the other one has a bolt on it, so you can adjust it. So if you get a little off, then you can adjust that bolt and slide it up or down on the thing. So there's a little wiggle room. You'll see him working with that, and then I am going to go back and work on some other things, and we'll catch up in a little while. All right, John's back. He brought the tractor back up here. There's the garage you've seen before in previous videos. This is down at John's place. You may remember John and I used to be neighbors, and we're not anymore. So we're getting this area prepared. We're going to be doing some different fencing and different things. The Jeep has been sitting here for a little while. It needs some work. This is a 66 CJ5. It's a V6. It's a pretty awesome, fun little guy to run around in, but it's been sitting here long enough that I think I've shown this before. It has this really cute bird nest in the back. It needs a carburetor rebuild on it, so we need to do that, but it's in a weird position the way we left it. We need to put it up by the garage so we can prepare for that next step with the Jeep. So we're going to be pushing it with the tractor. I have the forks on the tractor, so I'm going to use the forks to kind of push the front of it, and John's going to steer it backwards, back it up to the garage space. We're going to work on that. I'll put it on time lapse so you can see that. Hopefully it goes well, and we'll see what we get done. All right, we did it. Yay. So future project, now it'll be in the shade in the evening. That's what's nice about this position. So let me know if you in the comments if you want to see working on the Jeep. I'll just be here working the camera because, you know, whatever. But this one's really cool. Somebody used a dryer vent for the intake. I mean, it's got some sweet contraptions in there. When we bought it, it had a zip tie for the throttle cable. Well, so I mean, like, this thing is doing great right now. It did run for a minute. We got new tires on it, but it needs some loving. So let us know in the comments if you want to see this on a video, or if we should just keep it to ourselves. It's a really fun Jeep to drive around. So that one is coming soon. Now it's out of the way. We can get fencing and all that stuff, projects for this area, ready to roll over here. So that was a little hairy. I couldn't figure out with the forks, I couldn't get like a good hold on the bumper part up here. I was trying to wedge it exactly in this non-working winch, but we did it. It works. It's a heavy vehicle to push with that little tractor. So if you need to move a Jeep with a tractor, that's how you do it. All right, we'll go see what's next and catch back up in a minute. Turns out what's next is walking the little dogs. They are moseying along. It's been a busy day, been a busy couple days. Glad to make progress on the pole barn. Glad to get some things reorganized for our next push on the house site. Cannot wait to see door framing going up on there. A little too early for window framing, but door framing will be pretty soon, which I'm super excited about. So thank you guys for joining us back for another update. A little different today. We're just doing a little bit of everything. A little bit of fencing, a little bit of cob work, a little bit of organizing, a little bit of walking. Right, Finley? A little bit of walking. Yeah, sometimes we walk. I know, that wasn't me. That was Loretta. She pulled on you. She's over there. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. Loretta likes to pull in her own direction. Anyway, that sun is about to hide behind the mountains for the night. I am ready to go cook some dinner and have a seat for the night myself. I hope you have enjoyed this video. I hope you've had a beautiful Sunday or whatever day it is when you're watching this. And I hope you try to join us back here next week. Boomer wants you to as well. I hope you join us back here next week for the next update here at Wiki Up Knoll Off Grid.